There we go. Okay. So welcome back, everyone. We're doing the final girl quiz night. Very excited about it. We are expecting Abby at some point, but she has been wrestling with her computer for the last 40 minutes. So we're just gonna like take our time explaining who we are. And then I'll kind of take my time even more explaining about the quiz. So I will introduce Kieran, because I don't think Kieran's ever introduced himself on the internet before. But this is my brother. This is who made the amazing game that keeps getting complimented and doesn't know, because he doesn't take a compliment very well anyway. So every time I see it, I screenshot it and send to him instead. So this is Kieran.
Hello.
And then Lizzie, if you can introduce yourself, you know what you're doing.
Do I? Hi, I'm Lizzie, and I'm over on Lizzie as well. There, it's down here. Yeah, and I'm kind of a regular on this channel because Hannah can't get rid of me because I live with her, so I'm just here, part of the furniture by now.
Yeah, no, and we appreciate you, because it means if I'm like, oh, people can't make it, can you come? You're there, you're ready. And then Olivia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. I am a co-host with Hannah and Tish for Gothtober. I read books and talk about them on my channel.
Love that. And Tish?
Hello, I'm Tish from Little Wolf. I'm also a co-host, and I too read books and talk about them on my channel.
It's almost like that's what we have in common. It's weird. It's so bizarre.
It's weird. Yeah. I don't know how we ended up here, but that's pretty weird.
Right? What a slippery slope. You start reading a book and then you end up on the internet. Who knew?
Exactly.
So we've got some lovely people in the comments. Hello. And yeah, I know. This is the first time you've been on my channel properly, isn't it? No, because you've been in videos before.
Yeah, I've been in like guess the synopsis videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is the first live stream I haven't accidentally wandered into.
Yeah. There are quite a few of those where Kira just like casually just wanders in the background, because that desk behind him is not the desk that I used to use. That's behind me now. But Kieran and I used to share an office, so that we were constantly wandering in behind each other when we were doing stuff important. Obviously, that's what siblings do. So we've got more hellos. There is something I was going to say this to you guys. I was going to wait until you're all here to ask. I can make it so that you guys can't see comments, because obviously as we're going through the quiz, I'm fully expecting people to get involved, and I'd like to see what they're saying. But if you're like, I don't want any hints or tips or anything like that, then we can hide it. But if you're like, no, I need every clue I can get.
Every clue.
I need leave it.
I need all the help. Yeah. I need everyone's help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm confident, but I will take my lifeline as I can see it.
See, I'm not confident, but I also don't want anyone else to have a lifeline.
Kieran, I said this to you before. I'm going to lose the quiz. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm here to do, is to lose so everyone else feels good about themselves. But also, I don't watch that many slasher films, and I'm like, I'm going to lose this. So I need every little bit of help. And I think Hannah's frozen. I'm not sure.
I think Hannah is frozen.
I think
she's back.
Yeah, nothing like hosting a live stream and being on the wrong internet so that it doesn't work. Because like I saw like Tish froze first, and I was like, oh no, it's Tish's internet, because obviously like we've had it where it's frozen before, and I was like, oh, it's Tish. Yeah. And then everyone froze, and I got like the little circle of death, and I was like, oh, it's not Tish, it's me. It's definitely me.
It's me.
So what did I miss?
In the comments, people are throwing us under the bus and saying they want to see us struggle, but you did pitch the question to us. So
no, Celine's with us. Celine's on our side.
Celine's on your side. Celine will help you.
Hey, Celine. Hey, Celine. If Hannah turns off the comments, will you text me?
No.
I love that. You're like, cheap, but only for me.
Well, Kieran said he doesn't want anyone else to have a lifeline, and I said to Kieran that I need the lifeline, as I explained to him before.
Yeah, well, Kieran was hesitant to jump on anyway, just because it's not really your thing to be on BookTube. But also, I then convinced Kieran that I think this is what cinched it, is that I think Kieran will win because Kieran A, knows me really well, and B, I think spends more time watching films than us, because we actually spend our time reading instead. So I feel like he has.
Tish watches a lot of films.
You do.
That's true.
So
Thank
maybe
you.
it'll be a battle of you two then, and then the rest of us are just here just to hang out.
Don't put me on the spot like that. No.
I mean, it's
That's
okay.
too
I
much
also don't
pressure.
actually watch films that often. I'm just good at guessing the framed shots.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's
I
a
feel
mixture
like-
of films and books, by the way, just to answer, because
Okay.
Emma's put, oh god, it's about films. No, it's a mix. It's a mix.
I assumed it was about slasher films. That's on me, but that was my assumption. But if
Yeah.
there are some book questions, I might not be so screwed.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Oh, there we go. She was hidden. She was tucked at the bottom, but she's here. She's here.
Hi.
Hey, Abby.
Hello.
We've been procrastinating so that you could get here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I sent Hannah an image of my laptop. It was stuck on just a black screen for like 20 minutes.
Well, I really enjoy the comment you just dropped in the private chat. Did you want to say it out loud?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was just saying that my partner Chris is going to be really angry if he ends up watching this and seeing Kieran, because Kieran looks more like a Viking than Chris does. And that's Chris's entire
That's Kieran's entire ambition, is to just look the most Viking in any given group. So
Then he would get on fantastically with Chris.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would. There we go. Oh, so the reason I need to ask you if you're a cheater is I did offer before you were, no, nothing to do with you necessarily, but I did offer before you arrived, I can turn off the comments so that I can still see them, but you can't. So that if people share their answers, you can't see them. Now, it doesn't matter what your opinion on this is. I would like to know it, but it doesn't matter because you've already been outnumbered 3-1 if you don't want to see the comments. So
Honestly, I've got it full screened, so I won't take it off full screen unless I have to for the comments or something. So it makes no difference to my life.
that's fine.
Also, I didn't get a chance to eat dinner, so sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. I will be cheating. I'm just gonna say that straight up. I will be checking the comments, and even if you turn them off, I'll go onto the YouTube and I'll look at the comments. I'm just being honest.
Is it cheating if you're being honest? Is it really
Yeah,
cheating?
no, that's not
No,
cheating.
No,
It's just
for sure.
not perjury. It's just she's just not lying about it.
It's for sure cheating, and like there are some that I will probably know, but like I'm going to lose this quiz. I just want to have the opportunity to maybe win by cheating, which is terrible, I know, but I like winning.
I like
Lizzie, you do realise that like you can't lose against me.
Oh, I can.
How? How?
You will see. You will watch this. Emma, why? That's so mean.
Right. I feel now like I'm missing what this is like. Am I wrong? Hannah, tell me, what is this live stream? What is the quiz?
Oh, that's such a good question. So we are going to be doing a final girls quiz. Thank you for asking me so succinctly. I can't answer succinctly though, apparently. So basically, this is going to be 4 rounds that have 10 questions each. Each round is very different. Some of them are more difficult than others. And again, I said this before we were on live. The first round is the most difficult. Like, it just is the most difficult. So if you can survive the first round, you will survive this quiz very easily. There are 2 picture rounds, and then there is my classic missing vowels round as well. So that is a dyslexic's hell. So sorry, Kieran, but I always include it. So the first round is going to be general knowledge. There will be 10 questions. And I will leave the questions up. They will be on the screen the entire time. So if you miss one, don't panic. I will read them out. They'll be on the screen, the first 5 and the second 5 as we go anyway. Couldn't fit all 10 on because the first 5, I ask really simple slasher final girl related questions. And then the second 5, I do feel like I need to add context to them. So they're slightly longer, but the question is probably as simple. It's just me being complicated. So does that make sense?
Right. So
Yeah.
I was just making sure that I had the theme correct because confirming I have the theme correct. Remembering, Lizzie, that I don't watch films and I watch very few films. I have watched 1 horror movie in my entire life and I don't remember its name. It was a niche horror film.
All right, and
Lizzie, you ain't gonna lose.
You ain't gonna lose.
I feel a
The
lot.
only way you could lose if I sat there with my eyeballs glued to the comments, Googling to make sure that the answers were right. That's the only way you could lose. I'm a lose. I'm just here for the vibes.
But yeah, so I feel like with some of these, they are going to be so embedded in pop culture, you probably won't have to have seen the films to know. And then others, it might be a bit more difficult. But I don't think this is going to be nearly as difficult as the Dark Academia quiz that I did last year, which was just unnecessary.
That was
pretty tough.
that was stressful. So hopefully you guys will do great. So if you've all got paper and pens, there are no prizes. It's just pride. So just to bear that in mind.
Which I have none of, so we're starting on a good note.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So as I said, first round is general knowledge. There are 10 questions. And I'm now panicking that okay, right. So I've got one that says answers, that has the answers written across it, and one that says questions. And I had a sudden panic because I just saw that in front of me it says answers, that was the one you could see. It's not, so we're fine. Okay, question 1. Scream, the original, establishes 3 key rules to survive those kinds of films. What are they? And you only have to get 1 to get a point. So, one of the three rules. That's all you've got to remember. They're key. They're sensible. They came up with 14 rules in total over the entire franchise. I just want the first 3. Question 2: how many official films are in the Halloween franchise?
I have a question with that one. Are we going with everything that they just retcon? They said no. And that's it. Okay.
Yeah, all of them. Question 3: which film, made in 1972, is seen as the first official final girl slasher? Now, it was really interesting doing the research on this because final girls are only considered final girls if the threat is continuous. So even after the film ends, there is still threats to their life, is what makes them considered a final girl. Otherwise, apparently, according to film, they are just seen as survivors, and it's just a slasher film, which I think is so mean and so sexist. But there's a fun little fact later that I found whilst I was working this out. So the first official final girl slasher, as opposed to just generally a slasher.
Again, this would help if I'd seen any.
Yeah.
Well, if you know of any that have been remade, you can probably narrow it down.
No,
I feel
I can't think of a single final girl title.
Okay.
I don't know if my answer counts as a final girl thing. I know that. No, I'm not gonna.
Not gonna spoil it.
I got no fucking clue.
I feel like this round is Tish's round. I can just see that she knows this quite well, or at least has more inkling.
I appreciate the confidence, but I am quite shaking in my boots right now.
No, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, all the films that I've included or our answers are films that I have used in the Kiss, Marry, Kill. So if you learn any new titles watching that live, that might help you.
While I was having drinks with Abby, this game is rigged.
Oh, I'm sorry that you chose to have a social life rather than taking part in this readathon that we host. I see.
We were celebrating my birthday.
I genuinely thought you were going to be like, we were celebrating my birth, and just leave the sentence at that.
I should have.
Yeah.
Now you've said that gave me a bit of a clue, but I might have picked the incorrect one because there was quite a lot of movement on that.
The fact that it's an iffy clue is fine to me. So, Geen, and I'm not using the full name for reasons, a real American serial killer, was the inspiration for which classic horror films? There were 3, but again, I will allow you to answer with just 1. If you get one of them correct, you can have the point. You just got to guess 3 classic horror films that a real American serial killer inspired. And then question 5, we learned during Kiss, Marry, Kill that Michael Myers' mask is a stretched out Captain Kirk mask, but it wasn't originally going to be that. It was going to be that or a clown mask, but it was chosen for a specific reason. It was kind of described as a very specific thing in the script. So can you guess why it was used?
I'm just trying to come up with like a clever answer rather than the right answer for the last one, but I'm still blanking.
Also, if anyone saw me typing before, I was technically cheating, but not the ways that you think.
It's fine. You and Lizzie have come in and said, I will be cheating in this, and that's fine.
No, I'm not cheating for the answers. I was just searching any film that came out in 1972, and I've picked my favourite. Not my favourite that I've seen. I've not seen any of them, but I've picked my favourite title.
I picked my favourite. Oh, imagine if it was like Some Like It Hot or something like that. It just so happened to come out the same year.
I don't think I've seen any of these films that Google's telling me came out in 1972, so
that's fair.
Just picked a random name.
Okay. Are you ready for the 6 to 10 questions?
Oh, we don't get these answers yet?
No, you get them at the end. We'll do the whole thing, and then I'll give you the answers.
Wait, the whole quiz? And
the whole thing, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Olivia's not here for this.
Olivia is not here for this. She's like, I just need to know. I just need to know. Because I've done them as 2 separate slides so that I don't accidentally drop the questions and answers.
It makes sense. I'm very much a person who likes suspense to be quick. Turn around.
Oh, so what you're saying is you don't like suspense? Is that what you're saying?
It's like I like it for like 2 minutes, and then I'm like, I want to know everything that I can know.
That's fair. I mean, we can do it section by section if you prefer.
No, it's good. Let's do this.
Okay, so the next lot. Which famous actress was slated to be the lead in Scream, only to die in the opening scene? And whose idea was it that they should die so soon? So there's an opportunity for a bonus point in this one.
I thought you meant the actress died while they were filming the opening.
Oh no, no, the character dies. Yeah, their character dies in the opening. That's poor writing on my part.
I'm currently.
The annoying thing is I can see her face, but I cannot remember her name.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And I'm not gonna lie, when I tell you who it is, it's gonna wind you up.
This is gonna be great fun because I googled the cast list and I don't know who died in the opening scene. So we're gonna go with that and then with that.
That's fair. Question 7. Which black comedian wrote a joke in the 90s called Get Out, which would later inspire the film of the same name? I've really tried to narrow it down for you in this one without like just handing you the name.
I do not do comedy, so it does not narrow very much.
No, that's fair.
I appreciate.
That's fair.
Is he strictly, or are they strictly just a comedian, or did they also?
They've done comedic acting as well. They're a really big household name. They've done acting as well. Yeah.
Male or female?
Male. Yeah.
Male. Okay.
Are we doing 20 questions now? We're just narrowing it.
I just needed to be sure.
I will also tell you that they are American as well.
Okay.
Just gonna pick the least likely option.
Yeah. It's not Lenny Henry, is what I'm saying. Just thought I'd help.
Well, now I'm disappointed.
No, I love that I said it's not Lenny Henry, but obviously it takes us a second for comments to come through. So Emma being like, oh, so it's Lenny Henry, and then being like, okay, so it's not Lenny Henry is really funny to me. Yes, and also, yes, Captain Kirk is from Star Trek. What was the working title of Scream, which then later became the official title of the parody of Scream?
Oh no, I've seen that film. That's really embarrassing, and I can't remember what the fuck they called it.
Not only that, we made references to it literally a week ago.
I know.
It's the only answer. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know this one.
I should know because I watched that film and I thought it was Scream for most of my life, but I don't know what that film is called.
Okay.
I thought it was called Scream.
No, that's fair.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Bree, take a minute. Take a minute.
No.
You can work it out. You can work it out. It's fine. Okay, number 9. Katherine Heigl starred in Valentine, which is my favourite horror of all time, but failed to do one thing, and because of that, she grew to hate the project almost immediately. What did she not do? Again, I feel like you could guess this one.
Saying you think
I've never
I can
even
guess
seen
it
that
does
movie,
not help
so
me.
I have no idea.
That's fair. That's fair. Knowing that she's a bit of a diva, I feel like you could probably work it out, but that's fair. And then 10, so I can give you guys some minutes to like work out your answers. Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday has the highest body count of any slasher final girl film. How many deaths are there? And then you're just guessing a number for that one.
Is there a number, like, do we have a top number where
It's
you
less
don't
than
guess
50.
okay?
Oh, what about
that's solid.
893?
Imagine.
Less than 20. Is it more than 20?
Is it more than 20? It might be.
If we do this long enough, she'll just give us the answer.
Yeah, it's narrowed down.
I mean, that is how quizzes usually work.
Yeah, if you guys thought I was the sarcastic sibling, I'm not. I pale in comparison, and I love it so much. How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
I'm
Terrible.
mad about it. I can't. Why is my brain literally betraying me in this way?
I just
Literally.
remembered
confidence
8, so
is
I'm feeling
gone.
okay.
It's gone. It's out the door. I can't even call myself a horror fan at this point.
I think you can. I think you can still put yourself a horror fan. That's fine.
I am a horror
There are
fan.
too many blanks on my page.
I am a horror fan, but it's very much not this horror.
That's fair.
I
I
probably
think
should watch a horror film at some point.
Yeah, maybe. When we decide our theme for next year, maybe we find a common ground before I create the quiz. And we decide on next year's theme for the quiz.
I should have studied. I should have went and been like, fun facts, horror film fun facts.
Yeah. Yeah, fun facts.
All right. Number 8 is the one that I'm sure that I've got right now.
Okay. You think you worked it out?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
No, she Googled it.
No, I haven't Googled it.
You've got it. You've got it.
Also, just to say, the comments, chat, why have you not been helping us as much as I
Yeah,
thought
it's
you were going to?
exclusively Emma. And I feel like it's because everyone else is just sitting back, they're enjoying a cozy drink, and they're just watching you guys squirm. mainly why they're here.
Oh God, I genuinely had the comments just shut off, and I didn't realize it is just Emma. And also Celine saying hi. So hi Abby. Hi Abby. I'm saying the thing. Hi Celine. It was rubbish to be old.
Say hi to yourself. Is that what just happened?
Yes.
No, we've got quite a few people watching. We've got quite a few people in the comments.
Yes,
but it is
just
exclusively Emma answering questions.
But yeah, hi Celine. I'm very old now. Don't rub it in.
You're still younger than me, so it's fine.
I'm still younger than Chris. That's the only thing that matters.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest here, so that's really all that matters. I'm the elder here. I can't work out who's
My
the
dad
youngest.
was-
I guess me.
Wait, did you say you're the oldest here?
Yeah.
I think it's me.
Is it you?
Yes. I'm 31.
No. I'm not far behind you, though, because I'm 31 in like 2 months. So. Wow. Interesting. Someone dropping you hints there. One of them is in black and white.
Which question was that?
For the Geen question. So
It was question 4.
question 4.
I think.
I will just
I
say,
feel like I know now.
I will just say I've exclusively guessed every single answer other than number 8. Everything else is a big old stab in the dark.
Which is, thematic. I'm here for that.
That's why I did it.
I love that. Cool. Okay. Are you ready for an easier round?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Yes.
The next
I'm
round,
doubtful.
weaponry. I'm going to show you 5 and 5 different weapons that are infamous and iconic. And all you have to do is give me either the franchise / film that they are in, or who uses them.
Awesome. Let's go.
You're going to smash this. I know all of you are going to get 10 out of 10 with this one. I just know. I feel it.
Can I
feel
just
it
take a second to self-burn here for a second?
Go on.
Because as soon as it came up on screen, I was like, what's We Opponry?
We Opponry. Okay. When we come to play our next D&D campaign, Kieran, you're only allowed to call it We Opponry. That's it. That's what it's known as now. We Opponry. Okay. The first 5 are... So what films and franchises use these, or who uses these? I will also allow the character's name.
Okay. Do we get bonus if we get multiple?
Yeah, you can get bonus points if you get bonus points.
Okay.
Can I cheat? Can I please cheat and get a bonus point if I mention some sort of like tagline from said franchise/film? Because I don't know the name of it. I'm trying not to cheat by Googling it.
Okay. Yes, depending on the tagline. If it's close enough, I'll agree.
I mean, like, if it's the wrong tagline, then obviously not. What do I can think of?
Okay, I was real confused because I thought this was just for one film, and I really confused myself. But now I've understood that it's different things.
They're all different ones, Lizzie.
That would be a hell of a film. I'd watch it.
Listen, I would not be surprised. There are some wild splashes out there.
To be fair, there is a film called The Final Girls, but it only came out recently and it wasn't like particularly well known or widely like accepted. So I was like, well, I'm not using any references from that because I haven't seen it and I don't know. But I feel like because it's a meta look at Final Girls, it probably does have a few of these.
That is, I think, if it's the fact that they go into a Final Girl film, that's one of my favorite horror comedies.
Is it? Oh,
and it deserves more watches because it's really funny and really like satirical. It's good.
Cool. I'll add it to the list. I do want to see it, but I was like, I haven't seen it yet, and I know that not many people have seen it, so I was like, I'm not gonna use that one. But yeah,
it's like my brand of horror is horror comedy or really messed up psychological, like Midsommar and Hereditary. So all of the like casual horror that goes in the middle, I'm like, I don't know this.
Casual horror. I feel like I live in the casual horror zone. Like that's where I live. That's fine. Okay,
I love it all.
Also,
go on. Someone was speaking then. Who was it?
Tish said that she loves it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was like, I heard someone, but I was talking, so it came out all garbled.
Did you say that we were allowed to just mention the films that these are in, or do we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No, you don't like if you don't know their name, for example, that's fine. You can just put the film that it's in.
The last one, The Tape.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
probably?
Is this isn't paranormal one? Because I've got 2, and like I don't.
It might be.
Can I put them both down?
Be.
I'm just gonna do that.
I think it's exactly the one that you think it is. Yeah.
I think it's 2. I'm like swaying either way. I'm like, oh no.
I was like, that one's going to be so obvious. It's going to be. I mean, to be fair, I think all of these are obvious because I came up with this quiz, but that's fine.
They're not obvious, but are they all films or are they franchises?
No, they're all films that then have franchises kind of spun off. Yeah.
In the beginning,
not all of them are franchises. Some of them are just individual films.
In the beginning, I just started writing down what the weapons were, and then I was like, hang on, that's not what she told us to do.
Right, can everyone explain to me what a machete is?
Chainsaw. Used for birth.
Used for what?
Birth.
Oh. I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, it was invented to do C-sections.
I hate that.
Contribute.
I hate that.
There needs to be a horror film around this.
Yeah. I hate that.
I can't wait to disturb people with that fun fact. Just randomly, hey, did you know that chainsaws were in fact made for C-sections?
Jesus. Because
As you can see by my reaction, it's great fun to do.
yeah, that's fair. There's James Acaster does a bit about how he likes to break the ice with a fun fact, but he also likes to ice over the conversation before he leaves so that no one else can make the most of these little ice chips that he's made. So he'll say something like, "It was really nice to meet you. Death comes to us all," and then he'll walk away. So the idea that it's like super awkward as he leaves. I feel like that fact, perfect re-icer, you know?
Yeah.
Grim. But it's fine because Emma also knew that fact, so gross. Anyway, are you guys ready for the next 5?
See that the comment above the one that you above Emma's comment, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Cool.
And
okay.
Andreas can keep leaving comments. You're so helpful.
Andreas can just keep coming back.
Oh, I know. I've got a visual image, but not a word.
Well, I don't know what your art skills are like, Olivia, but if you can draw it, go ahead.
What is like the helmet type thing? I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that before.
Which is what one?
It's a device.
This one?
So it's a device that rips your jaw open.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take it off.
It is known as a reverse bear trap because rather than closing, it opens.
All right. Well, I have one guess for that then. Just one.
I feel like it's one of those ones where once you know what it is and what it does, again, you could probably work out what film and or franchise it's from. It's grim.
Also, some of these I've seen and I'm like struggling.
Well, I feel like the knife is really prolific. So there's 2 that it's kind of well known for, and I will allow either answer. Because in my head, one of the films that was like the last knife uses this knife too, and they don't. They use the other knife. So I would have allowed that for this film as well. Interesting. Ali doesn't know where the teeth are from. And I feel like it's probably quite obscure because they're not necessarily known for the teeth exactly. It's just that that's what they use that's their weapon. But they use something else first. They all use this knife.
I was also thinking in the first round, like, I'm pretty sure Happy Death Day covers so many of these weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually don't know where the teeth are from either.
Ali thinks it might be Killer Clowns. And Emma is just mad about the knife. Like, Emma is just straight up furious about the knife. I had to put it in there somewhere. I had to. I don't like being in the dark. Yeah. I mean, that's, again, as Kieran said earlier, that's how quizzes work. The hook is, like, it's one of the ones where it was one of the first ones that I put on here because I knew exactly that I would be able to tie the 2 together. Now, there is another film, again, with the hook where they use a similar hook, but not the same one. I've also just realised that the picture I've used has got a barcode on it. Don't know if you can see that. Just a cheeky little barcode. What's more threatening than though you've got to pay for it?
I think I'm slightly more threatened by the fact that they've bought it from like a general convenience store.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most threatening fact for myself.
Right? Well, if we're lucky, they've used their card and there'll be a paper trail. Cool. Just casual shopping. Yeah. I just picked this up on the way home. Just went to hardware store, grab one. Okay. How are we feeling about this round? Was that round easier?
Yes. Even though the teeth are still making me angry.
That's fair. I really don't like looking at them. They're really upsetting.
I don't know. I just feel like they could belong to a lot.
Yeah. It's not Edward Scissorhands.
That was my first thought.
No, that's fair. I can see why you would think that.
I'm not changing it. That's my answer.
No, that's fair. That is not, I mean, for a start, they're not scissors, so.
That's true.
But I can absolutely see why you would think that. That comment in particular really took me off guard. That's not Edward Scissorhands. Anyway, are you ready for the next round?
I think so.
We are steaming through this. So the next one is the missing vowels one. This is the one that is going to upset every dyslexic in the room, and for that I can only apologise. But basically, these are all book titles, but I have taken out all of the vowels. And to really upset you, I've removed the Y's as well, because in my mind, they count as vowels when there's no other vowel in the word.
I hate you.
I wasn't upset, and then you said you removed the Y's.
Yeah, me too, Abby. This is why Hannah is officially the worst.
I am the worst. That's fine.
Also, you said we'll upset all the dyslexic in the room, and of us 5, I think Kieran might be the only dyslexic, and he's also not the reader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Book titles.
I did make this round and this quiz before I bullied Kieran into joining us.
Yeah,
so.
she asked me at 2:30 today. She sent me a text.
Yeah, I'd already made it by that point. So, again, really enjoying the, oh, great, another round I'll suck at.
This is usually my best round, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
it's actually
I don't
book
actually...
related, so I have a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will smash it. So, the first 5.
Ooh!
Well, at least we know we've cheered Lizzie up with that one.
Wait, the first one's just a fucking great book. And the second one? Huh. How great I thought I was going to be, sorry.
So, Lizzie enjoys reading a horror. I don't know if you can tell by just the sheer enthusiasm.
This is the only set of 5 I've actually felt confident in.
Mm-hmm.
I have not read a single one, but I feel confident.
100% the same.
Ali got all of them too. Just Emma and Kieran suffering.
Yep. I've got them all. I didn't realise that there was actually going to be books. I'm fine. I've not read a single one of them.
But you know of them and you can work out words, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah, I've got them all.
How are you getting on, Kieran?
I'm making educated guesses.
Proud of you.
By that, I
You'll
mean
probably
I'm
get a fair
making
few with
uneducated guesses.
I'm making guesses.
I think I own all 5 of these books.
I know for a fact that you do.
Yeah.
Hannah was just sat looking at Lizzie's shelves while she made this.
Well, really, I was looking through Goodreads and I was trying to find books, because obviously a lot of the films that come up with Final Girl tropes are based on books or based on real events. They kind of like split between the two. So I was trying to find books that I hadn't used in film rounds that weren't overlapping, which is fine. I love that someone's like, oh, I DNF'd one of these. I read them and didn't enjoy it. That's fair. That's fair. Cool. Well, if you're ready, I can go to the next bit. If you're all done, you all steamed through that one. I knew you would. But there are 5 more.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, not as much enthusiasm for this round. Interesting.
No, I'm still enjoying it.
No, we're just focused because we actually know what we're doing this time.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. Oh, like I did from Lizzie last time. Lizzie, your face. That really tickled me. Just the. I'm also really enjoying everyone who's getting closer to the screen to see as well. I really enjoy that.
Oh, but I don't know if that's how you spell this word. That's not. I
don't care about spelling. I do not care about spelling. If you get the general vibe of what the title is, I will allow it.
I've read one of these.
Good for you.
I won't lie. I've only heard of number 10.
Interesting.
That's
I have not been
only...
Number 10
enough books on you then.
is the one I've read.
It's
That's the one I
amazing.
read.
It's so good.
It's a good book.
I
I'm
love
also
that
learning
book.
that all of my horror knowledge just comes from watching Kayla from Books and Lala. Because that's how I know of, I think, 8 out of 10 of these.
That's fair. I mean, 6 is really mean because that only came out like a week ago. But I feel like
I've heard about it so much, though, so I feel like that was the easiest.
I don't know why why 9 threw me.
Oh, okay. I just got 9. I think 9 and 10 being so close together just confuses my brain.
That's fair.
For me, it was the start of it and figuring out how much is one word and how much is multiple words.
Yeah, that's why I was like looking at it. I was like,
yeah, I'm like sat there like, how does this make a word with vowels? What's going on?
I'm still pretty confident in this round. I will be upset if I've got any of these wrong.
Well, like I said, I came in hard with the first round, and then every other round just gets easier and easier and easier. The last round, I think you're going to really enjoy because even those of you who have actively said you don't watch a lot of horror have mentioned titles that are relevant. So,
Is number 8 2 words? Just 2 words?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For a long time, I thought it was 3, and therefore I was like, "What is this?"
I'm enjoying myself. How about you guys? I'm having a great time.
I'm small. I'm having a great time. I'm updating my Goodreads and my Storygraph bookshelves. Having a blast.
I love that.
I'm going to go let my cat in because he just scratched at my door.
What's her attention again? He just wants to be under the duvet and warm, I think.
Yeah, Mozart's sulking in the corner.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Kieran. I saw his beans earlier, just kind of like sat, like he was just like there. And I was like, what a precious little boy. So for any context that you guys might need, if you haven't seen my content before, I have a ginger cat, but he is currently still at my parents' house, which is where Kieran lives. So Kieran gets to spend all of his time with my ginger boy, and I love him very much. But he's very needy because I've trained him to be needy. I love you too. You're not needy at all, so it's an interesting mix.
He is ginger as well, though, or at least his beard is.
Dare you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise someone related to Hannah was sensitive about their hair colour.
Only when it's ginger.
No, I found out recently that apparently it's based on a genetic mutation. So I'm an X-Men and I'm okay with that.
Love that. Cool. Right. Have we all got answers for this one? We're done?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Well, there's only one round left, and I think it's the easiest round. So you watch as you get no answers now that I've jinxed it for you. Really sorry about that. It's geography, which should be Abby's strong suit, but it won't be. This is going to be settings. I'm going to show you the settings, either the logo or the name of somewhere where a film or franchise or TV series is set. So there's about 4 or 5 slides of this one because I wanted to make the images nice and big. So if you haven't full screened the image, I would recommend just so that you can see the logos nice and clearly.
Question: if I get the correct geographical locations, even if I get the relevance wrong, can I get a point?
Yes.
I'm screwed.
I recognize 1.
Good.
Yeah, 1 I'm sure of.
If it's like Can I ask a question?
Please do. Please do.
Are there remakes in this?
There aren't, but there have been remakes of some of these.
Okay.
So
Maybe not
if you
thinking.
know of the remake, I will allow that.
Okay.
So to answer Emma's question, I've given you the place name. That's where it's set. I just need to know the general media that it comes from.
Jesus Christ. I've got no idea what number 2 is.
Would you like me to move on to the next ones? I can come back and we can have another look at these if you want to get some more under the belt first.
I'm happy to move on because I haven't got the foggiest.
Well, Tish is boogieing because I think Tish knows she's got 3 for 3. That's horrible. Anyway.
That is genuinely awful.
My apologies for the noise if that came through.
It did. I thought it was my computer for a sec.
No, hello. My PC doesn't like functioning.
That's fair.
Yeah. I didn't do anything, it just decided to scream.
Are these 2 different ones or are they the same?
Yeah, no, these are 2 different ones. So you've got 4 and 5. It's really funny you saying that because when you find out where they are, they're very different.
I don't have a clue. I don't have a 1.
Number 1.
I know that number 5 is wrong, but it is a joke answer, and I'm just prefacing that now because, yeah.
I feel like I know both of these, but I'm questioning myself.
Don't. Be confident because I'm pretty sure you know these 2. Ready for the next ones?
Yeah.
No.
Every time Lizzie has like an extra reaction, I really enjoy it.
Oh, I'm gonna be really annoyed, aren't I, when I find what this one is.
Yeah.
I don't know this page very well.
That's fair. I knew I was jinxing it by saying I thought this would be the easiest round. I really thought this would be the easiest round.
It just makes me, or like, reminds me that I don't pay too much attention.
Leaving.
Who's mumbling to themselves?
That would be me.
Because all I heard was leaving Whisper.
No, I'm like, no, it's because it's really like I've seen that. Like I've seen it, and like rather recently. So now I'm like, what is that? And I'm going to punch myself in the face when you tell me what it is. Like I know that, sure. So that's why I'm getting really annoyed because I'm like, if I say it enough times, maybe my brain will kick into gear.
Okay.
Googling college-based movies.
There we go. Lizzie's got a point.
I know these 2. Oh my god. Thank the Lord.
I do not know these 2. I am lost.
Oh god, okay, no, my brain just left me again for number 10, and that was not a good thing that just happened.
It's interesting that Andreas has said that for the Arctic one, there's no final girl. I would argue that final girl doesn't have to be specific to gender, and actually the main character of that is definitely a final girl. But
Antarctic, which logo?
that was in
Norwegian. Yeah.
Oh, if it's what I think it is, then I did not even finish that film.
That's fair. That's fair. Are there any of those any questions you want to see again?
No, I've made up random answers for them all now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to fill in any of the blanks that I have left, to be honest. I think I'm just going to have to be okay with my fate.
That's fair. That's fair. And to answer your question, yes, Tish does.
Yeah.
Little Wolf.
I can see Ali's just crying at the fact there's two most iconic and you don't know.
Okay. Nice.
Again, favorite person in the comments.
Yeah, Andre's coming in with those answers. Cool. Okay, well that is it. Those are all the questions. So if you're happy, I don't
No,
I'm not.
if you're done, you don't want any of the questions repeated, I can arrange to have answers put in front of your faces.
Yes, please.
I-
Put me on my misery.
Put me out of my misery. Okay.
Also, can I just say I really enjoy Kieran's mood lighting.
Right.
It has made it hard to type, though. I can't see a fucking.
He's like, I can't see a goddamn thing. Okay. Right. Just full screen it again. Okay. So, question 1 of the general knowledge round. Screen the original establishes 3 key rules to survive. What are they? Any ideas?
Run,
No.
scream, kill.
Run, scream, kill. No.
I had run, hide, stick together.
Nope.
I can see that scene so vividly in my head, but I don't remember what he says.
I'm
feel
sure
like-
one of them is like don't have sex or something really stupid because they always die when they do things dumb like that.
Very
Yeah, I've got 2. I put be a virgin and never say I'll be right back.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that one I forgot.
don't have sex, don't drink or do drugs, and never say I'll be right back or who's there.
Okay, no points.
I'm guessing I get 0 points because I didn't actually write down don't have sex, but I'm like, no, most horror movies are like when the girl has sex, they just die.
Yeah. Which is relevant. For question 2, how many official films are there in the Halloween franchise? As of this year, there are 13. But I would have allowed 12 if you'd forgotten.
I put 12.
Then you can have it, because I just said that.
Listen.
Also,
Go on.
I've put down any question with the answer being the Texas Chain Massacre. I wrote the Tennessee Chainsaw Massacre, and I would
Allow
still
it.
like to.
I'll allow it because I'm a Brit. It will really upset Tish, but I'll allow it.
Also, can I
know
just
those
say
are the
that
same place, but I'll allow it.
for question 4, I put down Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I would like congratulations for this. Thank you. Thank you.
I put
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs because I was like, that feels right.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, you get a point just for getting 1. So the first official Final Girl slasher is The Last House on the Left, which was in 1972. Although lots of people think it is the first Halloween film. That one tends to be the one that people remember first. But there are 2 more because there's that one and there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Geen inspired Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I will allow Tennessee. And it was just described as a pale, neutral feature of a man. So they wanted it to just kind of be as blank as possible. Basically, they
Burn to William Shatner.
Right. Well, they actually they stretched it out so it wouldn't look like him, but everyone still recognized it as William Shatner.
I put it looked lifeless and unpleasant. Does that
I'll allow it.
I put humanity is terrifying.
I'll also allow it. It's also true.
I put clowns are overrated.
No, I'm not allowing that one. That's coming for the clown and not for how creepy Captain Kirk's face is.
And I said because he's a Star Trek fangirl.
Oh,
No, that's
Imagine. No. Sorry, but no. Okay. So then
I'm sad to see that the first horror film wasn't Carry On Matron.
I mean, all of it. Carry On Matron is terrifying.
That is my answer.
Amazing. Okay, so the next question 6: which famous actress was slated to play the lead in Scream only to die in the opening scene, and whose idea was it that they should die so soon? This is the one that's going to really upset Kieran. Someone just said it?
Is it Drew Barrymore?
It is Drew Barrymore, and it was also Drew Barrymore's idea that she should die so soon.
Yeah.
I said Drew Barrymore, but I said that Courtney Cox killed her.
No, so basically, no. But basically, Drew Barrymore was a really prolific actress at the time, whereas others in the cast weren't. And she knew that her face would sell a lot, like really well on posters, and therefore it would be more dramatic if she was used in all the marketing and then died in the first 10 minutes.
That was smart.
It was smart, and she made a lot of money doing it. The black comedian who inspired Get Out is Eddie Murphy.
I got that right.
Nice.
I put that down as a joke.
But it was right. Scary Movie is the original title for Scream that then became the parody.
I would just like to say that was the only one in this bit of things that I got correct. So
That's fair.
I put whimper pathetically, and I'm kind of disappointed.
Amazing. Katherine Heigl did not read her script.
I got that right by guessing.
What is she doing?
So basically, her scenes are in the early stages of the film. She read that and she thought that it was going to be basically a kick-ass film where the girls would kind of fight back. And she also thought that it would play out more as a murder mystery type film. And when she saw that actually it was just a straight-up slasher, she was really angry about it. And if you'd read your fucking script, bitch, you'd have known. You'd have known.
How are you gonna be mad at something when you didn't do it? Right.
So, but yeah, in Jason, the final Friday, there are 24 deaths.
Disappointingly low.
But there are something like 30 plus in a Final Destination film, which is like the most deaths on screen at one time, like in one go kind of thing. But like in slasher films and stuff. But that's not a Final Girl film, so I didn't include it. Okay, how do you guys do? What did you score in the? And I need to write this down. Let me get my pen and paper because this is the bit that I need to write down.
Do we get a point each for saying like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho, or just 1 point?
You get a point for getting one right, and then the others are bonuses.
So you can get a bonus point there. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Nice. Thanks.
It was a really hard round. I feel like I need to be giving you guys points like they're candy at this point.
Wait, is the Drew Barrymore question, does that count as 2 points? Because it was two questions.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
It's sweet. You watch, this is going to come in with hundreds of points now.
It's like, I actually got 100 points in this round.
I actually got there's
not
them
all correct. Thank you.
Imagine. Okay, Kieran, what did you get?
I got 7.
That's not bad. That is not bad. Lizzie, what did you get?
no one come for me. I only got 3.
That's not bad either. You got points. That counts. It counts for something. Olivia, what did you get?
5.
Good work. Tish?
5 as well.
And Abby?
5.
Nice. And considering some of those were guesses and joke answers, that's not too bad.
I'm still mad that Eddie Murphy was the correct answer. Like, I just Googled 90s comedians. and went through and was like, that'll be funny, I'll go with that. And then with the right, like, what?
I was reading that. Actually, now seeing more people roll on 5, I'm like, I'm content with that.
Why? You can have it if you got 25. I feel like that's close. That's not too bad. I did consider whoever got the closest to 24 would get a point for that one, but I forgot to say it, and I've written the points down now, so we're just going to move on swiftly and pretend it's not an issue.
Hannah was like, I need to give all the points I can, and now she's like, well, moving
it's
on.
1 point. It would have given you 1 point, and I feel like, you know, Kieran's already ahead by 2, so you know. It's fine, because you guys are going to get 10 out of 10 for these ones, because it's the weaponry next. So I don't know what's happened here with the images. They've refused to load, but we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Shining was the axe. The machete was Friday the 13th. Scream was the hunting knife. And the tape was the ring. Go on, Abby.
Okay.
Do I get points
The
for putting
Shining, is
down?
that the one where they say, here's Johnny?
Yes.
Can I get the point for putting here's Johnny?
Yes.
Thank you.
And yes, Tish, if you know who wields them, you get points for that too. So do you want to go through and tell us who wields these?
Okay, if I'm right. The chainsaw, that would be Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining would be Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Scream would be Ghostface, but if you want to get specific, it would be Billy and Stu.
I love how specific you got there. That was great.
And then the ring would be Samara.
Nice. Okay, and then we had it.
Yes. 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 I was like, the only one. The only one I was like, is it? I was like, no, it's got to be, because I remember its teeth being fucking disgusting.
Yep. Really gross. I would have allowed Halloween or Psycho for the knife. I also, I know what you did last summer. I also would have allowed Candyman, because they also use a hook in that, but it's a slightly different hook. Saw, so gross. And then Nightmare on Elm Street was the scissor hands glove.
So I only got the people for Halloween, which is Michael, Saw, which is Jigsaw, and then Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy.
Oh, thank God. I was about to ask, is Freddy Krueger the Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't remember his film, but I remembered it was his creepy ass hand. But then I was really doubting myself, because I was like, I'm not clever enough at this shit.
No, that's fair. And I know what you did last summer is Ben Willis. And then in the second one, it's very similar to that for the reasons. I was about to say who it was, and then I was like, that's a massive spoiler. I was like, no. Okay. Kieran, how'd you do?
I got 8.
Nice. Lizzie?
I got 8.
Yeah, I assumed it was like Underworld or something like that.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I was going to say, what was the other one that you didn't get? You didn't get
the axe. I've never seen The Shining.
That's fair. That's fair. Olivia?
5.
You do sound really sad when you say 5.
I'm staying consistent.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Which ones did you get? Which ones did you recognize?
I got it. I got Tennessee Chainsaw Massacre, Scream. I put Psycho for the knife, and I put Candyman for the hook.
Cool. Tish, with your bonus
17.
points. There it is. Sorry, Kieran, you've lost your lead. That was it. I hope you enjoyed it whilst it lasted. It's gone now. Unless Tish has really messed up on the next 2 rounds. I think we know who won. Abby, how'd you do?
3.
That's not okay. That's good. You got some. Which ones did you get?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Shining, that's Here's Johnny, and The Ring. I put Psycho and The Walking Dead for the first slide, and then Twilight for the teeth, Hell's Kitchen for the knife, Captain Hook for the hook, and 50 Shades of Grey for the door thing. And then Edward Scissorhands.
I'm just trying to imagine Edward Cullen with his sparkly, this is the skin of a killer, and then those teeth.
I'm telling you, Bella would still be into it.
Oh, of
And
course.
Edward would be like, these are the teeth of a killer, Bella.
She'd just be like, I don't care.
That's such a good impression. That's so good. Oh, I love that. Apparently, Emma was convinced one of those was Captain Hook, which is amazing. I thought it was that one, and then I missed. I don't know. I haven't seen it in The Shining because that's fair. Those are fair. They are good films, though. They are very good films. Okay, next was the one where I feel like all of you are just we're gonna be 10 for 10. 10
I'm
for
going to
10.
propose, can we get bonus points? Because I'm feeling really sad with my fives.
Okay.
If
What
we
do you
name
want to-
authors. If we can name authors.
If you can name
scribble
authors, you can
now?
add a bonus
Well,
point.
before we go to it, can we write down the authors then? Because I didn't do that beforehand and I don't want to
I
cheat.
didn't do
either.
it, but I'm
Do
going
it.
to...
That's fine. That's fine.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry, Kieran, because you won't have read any of these, so you were already guessing. I'm sorry.
I don't know all the authors either. I'm just trying to get above 5.
Me
Watch me go from like second to last in one round.
I was gonna say at the moment, you are rocking seconds. Abby's last, followed by Olivia, followed by Lizzie, followed by you, followed by Tish. Happy birthday, Abby!
Thanks.
I've written all of the authors I know. I don't know the other ones, so I'm not going to try and write them down.
Okay, sassy, fair enough.
Oh no. Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm spelling number 10's name very incorrectly.
It's a difficult
And
name.
I feel bad. I don't have a physical copy to reference.
That's fair.
Yeah, I only know some of these two, so.
Okay. I don't know one of them, and I'm guessing... No, I don't know 2, and I'm guessing a third.
That's fair. I do feel like I want to give Kieran some way that he could also get bonus points. So
Maybe double the points
Guess
for
the
the
colour
title.
of the cover.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe it was a case of if you can guess if it's a horror or thriller, like which side it falls into. Maybe by guessing, it would be purely a guess. I do appreciate that, but like,
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I didn't
yeah.
come into this expecting to win. I don't care.
okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Okay, cool. In which case, let's move on. So we had Clown in a Cornfield, My Heart as a Chainsaw, Misery, Return to Fear Street, and The Hollow Places. The first 5. Liz is like tick, 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 tick.
Are we saying the authors?
I'm waiting for you to tell me, yeah.
Oh, Adam Cesare is the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Graham Jones, Stephen King, R.L. Stein, and T. Kingfisher.
Nice.
Those were the 5 I knew. The other 5
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I just wanted to get that out of the way.
I didn't know Return to Fear Street. Who's that by?
R.L.
R.L. Stein.
Oh,
The Goosebumps guy?
Yeah, Goosebumps guy.
I've read one Fear Street book and I did not enjoy it.
The Fear Street films are much better than the Fear Street books.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the hand. Cool. Okay. How many of those did you get, Kieran?
5.
Nice. And then the next 5 were The Weight of Blood, The House Across the Lake, The Sanatorium, which you did not have to spell correctly, I Am Not Your Final Girl, and My Sister the Serial Killer.
Good, because I put too many O's in the sanatorium.
Sanatorium.
No, I put the Sanatorium instead of Sanatorium. And that's why I was like, I'm not going to spell this correctly, but I know what word it is.
You did not need to spell them correctly. That's fine. And then who wants to give me authors?
I know the first and the last.
Go on then.
So the first
Okay.
is Tiffany D. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is Ian Braithwaite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The House
I
Across
think-
the Lake, isn't that Riley Sager?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And then I did not know I'm Not Your Final Girl, but I think, okay, I'm kind of guessing. The Sanatorium is by Sarah. Is it Please?
It's something like that. And actually with Sanatorium, when I was looking it up, there are actually 3 books called The Sanatorium. So I would have allowed any of them because I also know that something Hunter Murray, the guy who wrote The Last Day, also has a book out called The Sanatorium. But I Am Not Your Final Girl is a collection of poetry that I looked up earlier. So the names escape me. I'm just going to grab that quickly.
Sanatorium is by Sarah Pierce.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm Not Your Final Girl. That was the one that took me the longest to figure out what that title was.
I knew it was a poem book, but I couldn't remember.
It's the I am that got me.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was 2 separate words, and I was like, what the hell?
It is by Claire C. Holland. If anyone's looking to add it to their Goodreads. Also, thank you, Emma, for texting me your answers. I love that. For geography, we've just got nope, fuck knows. One of the answers, nope, yeah, what the fuck, and why do I know this? Which I really enjoyed. Okay. Right, Kieran, what'd you get?
I got 4 out of these ones.
Okay, that's not too bad. Which ones did you get?
All of them except the Sanatorium. I put it as the Sanity Room because it
That's
looked
fair.
like there was space in the middle of it.
That's fair. So what did you get in total?
9 in total.
9. Cool. Lizzie?
15.
Nice. Olivia?
17.
Tish?
14.
Abby?
15.
Okay, well, I can't do maths, so I now have no idea who's in the lead. Interesting. Okay, I'll do maths at the end, it's fine. And then the final one was geography. Any ideas of like ones that you know off the top of your head? We're definitely
I know for sure the first 3, and that's it.
Okay.
I can tell you now that my answer's 0, and you may as well just put it down.
Yeah,
It's the last 2 are the only 2 that I'm confident on.
that's fair.
I was confident on the 2 in the middle. I think after the first 3, I feel like I know those 2, but could be wrong.
I actually agree with Emma on that because the Sanatorium and the Sanity Room, like those are very. I think you're allowed to have that one, Kieran.
Yeah, and also I feel like the Sanatorium and Sanity Room, they are synonymous, so I'm allowing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to make a massive difference, but it's a point, and that's all that matters. So next, yeah, we had Friday the 13th, Halloween 2, and Psycho, but I would also have allowed Bates, which is the TV series.
I got Psycho. I'm very proud of myself for that. I shouldn't be that proud of myself, but I am.
Can I still get it for having Halloween because the hospital's in the first one too?
Yeah, I think it ends at the hospital, doesn't it? And then the hospital is the entire second film, and then
yeah.
Then we had Squid Game and Midsummer.
Oh,
do you want to know my joke? Do you want to know my joke? For the one that's Housing Land, I put Van Helsing. Just for the lulz.
For the Helsing, yeah, okay.
I fully guessed Midsummer, so I'm proud of myself for that one.
Good for you.
I don't care how I did. I got that one right, and it was a full guess.
Well, Frida got it earlier. I need to find the comment where they said they could read it, because I was going to be like, oh, Frida can read it. That makes sense. And then I was like, that is going to absolutely give away because Frida's from Sweden. So I was like, I can't find it. It's too far up. But yeah, Frida came in and was like, I can read that one. And I was going to be like, I was going to share the comment. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's silly. And also Squid Game is the answer that I nearly gave you guys earlier when I was like, and that one. And yeah.
I put it down even though I was like, is it? Because, it's like, it's very unconventional, like very unconventional horror. So I was like,
the other photo I was going to use of that is the really colourful one. And I kind of feel like that was more obvious, and I should have gone with that one. So that's my bad.
That would have been more obvious. But I was also thinking this could have been Us, because there's a moment where it pans to where they sleep when they're like where people sleep. Try not to spoil films, and it looks a bit like this.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, cool. We've got Woodsboro, which is Scream, The Thing, and Happy Death Day.
I knew Happy Death Day straight away.
Because of the baby?
Yeah.
I didn't get this. I didn't get Scream, but I was staring at it for so long because I recognize it and I just couldn't get to it. And I'm now very angry at myself.
Well, that's the one that I was like, it was that sign that made me decide I was going to do a geography round.
I only knew The Thing because Norway is cold, because I watched like 10 minutes of the original and fell asleep, and I've never seen the rest of the film.
That's fair. I feel like everyone knows of one key scene, and then like that's fine. That's all you need. Yeah, I feel like people that didn't get Scream are going to be the ones that are most disappointed with that. Like the other ones, it's like fair enough if you haven't seen them, but I feel like Scream, especially because it has been answers to this quiz so often.
Yeah. As a question, are we getting a point per one that we get correct? Or is it just like per slide of things?
No. There's 10 different settings, so you get 10 points.
I'd just like to say I am disappointed in myself for not getting Scream, because I was sitting there staring at the thing going, I know what this is, I know what it is, but my brain left me.
Wouldn't do it.
If it helps, I didn't get it either.
Well, I'm disappointed in both of you then. I will split my disappointment evenly between the two of you.
I'm sure you'll be gutted to know I didn't get it either. I put Twilight.
Yeah, Ali, when you said Killer Clowns, that is why I shared it, because you were so close, but it wasn't like right enough for it to be an issue for these guys.
No, when Ali said, "Oh, it's Killer Clowns," I went, "Wait."
Yeah. I was thinking Vampire Diaries. Isn't Vampire Diaries is Mystic Falls, isn't it? Like it's something like really like it might be Magic Town.
It's not Mystic Falls in the books, I don't think, though. It might be something different in the books.
Who knows? But
I can't remember. The books are wild.
Yeah. I'm not reading that series as well. Lizzie's convinced me to read the entire Stucky Stackhouse box set, which I'll be reading next year, but I can't read Vampire Diaries. Can't do it.
So excited. I read those when I was a teenager, and I'm just like, I'm so excited for Hannah to read the wildness that is the Stucky Stackhouse series.
They're going to be nuts. And then the last two were American Horror Story and Stranger Things.
Thank God.
Okay. I haven't seen either of them, which is why I did not know either of them.
That's fair.
I put Hannah Montana and Glee.
And Glee. Wait. Which one did you put Glee for?
Stranger Things.
I would have allowed it for the other one, because the people who wrote American Horror Story are the same people who wrote Glee.
Yep.
That's why.
Wow, what a turnaround.
Yeah, right. Get a girl that can do both. I feel like I'd have allowed it just for sheer coincidence, you know? So, final answers then. Kieran, what did you get?
I got 10.
Lizzie?
3.
Wow, okay. Olivia, what'd you get?
6.
Nice. Tish?
9.
Okay. Abby?
0, but I got some very amusing answers that amused myself.
Okay, well, do you want to give us those amusing answers?
You know how I told you before we started that it was 0? I wasn't being like, ha, I've done so badly. Literally, my answers were Camp Rock.
Amazing.
Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Faulty Towers.
There are going to be so many Americans who don't appreciate how funny that answer is. That's an amazing answer.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
apologies
answer.
To the Americans, but I just thought it fit. Number 4, I just put 1917 because it was the only war film I could think of, and the bunks made me think of, like military. 5, I put Vikings. as in Vikings the TV show.
Mhm.
Then 6, Twilight. 7, the Norwegian one. I put Life on Earth, the documentary by David Attenborough. Then 8, I put Pitch Perfect. And then 9, Hannah Montana. And 10, Glee.
Amazing. It's
I
such
had
an
great
eclectic
fun.
mix.
I was trying to make it work. Just.
How
I'm
many
most
of those
proud
have you
of the
seen?
Of
You've
of
just
the things
listed?
that
Yeah.
I've seen Camp Rock. I've seen bits of Suicide Squad and then we turned it off. I've seen a few episodes of 40 Towers because I'm British. I've seen 2 episodes of Vikings. It's the last things that we ever watched with Chris's mum. I've seen Twilight. I've seen Life on Earth. I've seen Pitch Perfect. I've seen Hannah Montana, and I've seen Glee.
Fair enough. Okay. I've done the
Hannah,
maths.
you look like you've got your teacher mode on right now. Because you like keep saying something, then like going down and like rushing there. And I know you're adding up our marks as well, and it just very teacher
So I'm literally just like, okay, so I have your grades. I have your final results. In last place, shocking, not even themselves, we have Abby with 23 points. Congrats.
That's still not bad though.
That's not bad. Like considering you were like, oh, I'm gonna get nothing. Like 23 is not bad.
I'm very glad you had a book-related round.
Yeah, that helps.
That was the bulk of my points.
That definitely helped. In 4th place is Lizzie with 29 points. In 3rd place with 33 points, we have Olivia. Well done. Again, considering you were really nervous about that first round, you did really well. And then there is a 10-point difference between 2nd and 1st. Kieran came 2nd with 35 points, which is not bad for a readathon-based quiz. Coming in 2nd with 35 points. Tish with 45 points, which, to be fair, when I originally wrote this quiz, there were only 40 points available. It's very impressive. Well done, Tish. Can we tell this is Tish's specialist subject? Slashed it. Well done. Well done. Someone's put, I got 85%. That's a B. I can live with that. B is a good grade. B is a solid grade, especially when it's on a curve. I think we all agree Abby's answers were the best. Celine got 33. Alora got 32. Who else got? I love this. Kieran is shook. Liz, nearly, not quite.
Well, I'm glad I beat you, Emma, because you were being mean to
Emma,
me there. So
it's not hard to beat me.
I haven't seen American Horror Story, but that house is a huge meme on Twitter. Yeah, that's fair. I would have allowed Twitter as an answer. I think that's waiting for any more answers to come through. But yeah, no, okay, yeah, all done. What did you think? How did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
Of course, I won.
Like, every time.
I was actually scared. I did a lot of guessing in that last round, so way to come through for myself.
Well, I feel like they were educated guesses. It's not like you were just, it wasn't a Faulty Towers kind of answer. So
That's true.
Yeah, amazing. No, I enjoyed that.
Thank you for putting together the quiz.
Oh yeah, well, that's fine.
Yes, thank you. It was fun for someone who has not watched a single horror film that she can name.
Yeah, that she can name.
I watched one. And I did scream. But that was because I was 17 years old. And my now ex, but at the time boyfriend, texted me at the same point that the character's phone went off in the film. And so we screamed. Because we weren't expecting him to message. It was good times. This is my only memory of the film.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, like I think sometimes people can have like really nice memories associated with films, but you can also have really awful memories associated with, which were otherwise gross films anyway. I will always remember watching Saw 4 with a group of my friends who were all in relationships and not knowing what was more gross. The fact that I was watching Saw 4 or the fact that all of my friends were making out with each other behind me. And that's all I could hear. So.
Oh no! It was bearable until you said that was all you could hear.
No, literally. I wanted to focus on the thing. It couldn't. All I could hear was smooching. It was really gross.
Sorry,
That's
who
really sad
chooses?
because that's loud.
But who chooses Saw as the film franchise to be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this with my friends, but I'm just gonna make out with my girlfriend in front of it? Like, who does that?
Right.
I mean, yeah, Hannah, you haven't had a good track record with picking mentally stable friends in your teenage years.
He's attacking everyone here because
In
everyone
your teenage years, you are better at picking friends now.
Okay,
Not great, but
I don't leave the
I feel
house as much
attacked, but he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Look, birds of a feather flock together. That's all I know. We're all in this together, etc.
I actually am super wary of the drains in the bathrooms because of the first one. So yeah, when I go in there, sometimes I'm like, I feel like he might come through and murder me while I'm just trying to have some time.
Well, I have more respect for the Psycho film now, having filmed a shower and knife scene myself. Because I don't know if I've told anyone this, but there is a bit in my intro where I move the curtain and I use the knife to do it. And those were brand new knives. It went straight through the curtain.
Yeah, every time I shower, I spot it. And it makes me laugh every time because it's such a straight line. It's fantastic. And it was just, I feel like I know what Hannah did with
yeah, no, literally the uncut bit is me going to move it not moving, the knife just going through it like butter, and then me going, oh shit, and that's it. And then I turned the camera off, and then I moved it with my hand, and then I cut them together like an editing pro. But yeah, no, the original one was not as smooth.
That's no money.
So good.
Yeah. Genuinely, anytime when I watched the premiere and I saw I was like, I can't watch that bit because it's embarrassing. I love it that I did that.
It should have been in the bloopers. It really should have been in the bloopers.
It really should have.
No, Hannah's not allowed to do a blooper reel for that one, are you, Hannah?
So Lizzie also helped me. And I asked, okay, there's obviously, again, if you've seen it, but there's a bit where Lizzie is basically filming me as a stalker, right? So I asked her to hold my camera nice and low so that you would be able to see me in the kitchen, and then I would wander into the living room, I would turn off all the lights, and it would cut to black. And I said, if you want to, breathe quite heavily, and then I'll add that in, and it will add to a creep. But it wasn't like a stalker or Darth Vader type breath. She just sounded like she was having an asthma attack. So I had to remove all of it because it wasn't it was. Listen, it was so bad. It was so funny though, because the clip itself was really juddery and creepy. It's exactly what I wanted. It was just the breathing, and I was like, I'd edited it, and I went, right, Lizzie, before you see this, just so you know, I have taken your breathing out. I don't want you to be offended.
Well, I think my words were good. I'm glad you've taken that out because it was as I was doing it. You know, when you think that you've already done it too much to be like, well, I've got to keep going now. But I kept really laughing. So the bit where I paused was me trying not to fucking laugh.
But you're just well, I'm committed now.
Yeah. I thought she would go further back from the kitchen, so it looked like someone was watching me from afar. Lizzie was not going into the garden in the dark. She refused. So she's right next to the door as well.
I'm I don't want to get murdered by the slasher that might live a couple of doors down. I'm fine to just do it right next to the door. So if anyone comes up behind me, I can just jump back into the kitchen.
Incredible.
You know?
No judgment here. If we need to take the bins out at night time, I make Chris do it.
That's really
dark.
Cute.
I'm not doing that.
That's fair.
See, I feel like a real at odds with this group because I go walking late at night because I think it's fun.
Okay, but there is something that I was going to say that is Kieran is taller than I am. He has a beard and he has a really long black coat. People don't mess with him. People move out of his way and call him sir. It is a very different vibe if you go for a walk at night.
Oh no, I know. It's more just
go for a walk at night.
hearing it. I've always known about like male privilege, but I've never realized how much male privilege.
Yeah, like I would love to go on walks in the dark. Like when I've been able to do it with someone who I can like really, like chill out as if I'm by myself, i.e. with my partner, who, like the Viking guy is also 6'3" and looks like a Viking. So the privilege of having a bloke around, I can go walking in the dark. I love it. I'd love to be able to do that by myself, but I do not wish to be raped and or murdered.
I do like walking in the dark, but also to get to my flat, I walk along a main road, which is very helpful. And it's like London, so it's not entirely empty. No. That was not the case. I would not be walking home.
Yeah. Well, Kieran and I went for a walk once, and Kieran likes to go. Like, there's a really nice like coastal area where we've got like a harbour, and it's all like really beautifully lit, and you can see the sea and stuff like that. And like, so he'll head down there, and we went for a walk, and I stayed out for about an hour, and I was like, this isn't helping me. This isn't making me feel better. I feel more anxious the longer we walk. But yeah, Kieran goes out about 10 and comes back about 1 o'clock in the morning, unless he bumps into friends, in which case he comes home but no one knows.
I'm so jealous. I would love to do that.
Yeah, I think the latest I've come back was 5:30 in the morning. Like the sun was starting to come up.
Kieran has got home as I was leaving for the gym in the morning. Like, that's happened before. Shenanigans, honestly. What were you gonna say, Lizzie?
Well, when I was at my parents' house, so they live in a little village with there's no streetlights at all. And I was looking after the animals, so I had to go outside to feed them because that's where they have all the dog food and stuff. And every time I did it, I had a head torch on. And like any rustling that was like in the garden, I shat myself every time because I was like, this is how I die. This is the exact moment I die because I am on my own. There's literally no one in the house. Like the neighbors' lights are all off. Like this is how I die. And I hate the dark so much. And I was like, I can't change the whole dog routine because I'm a wimp. Like I don't think my parents would forgive me if I started feeding them inside. So every time I did it, I was just like, do I call someone so I'm not on my own?
You could have called me. That's fine. You could have called me. But to be fair, classic horror move. I was having a bath once and the lights went out and it went pitch black. And I was just sat in the bath by myself.
We were having a conversation, weren't we, Hannah? And the lights went out.
Yeah. That happens quite a lot in this house, to be fair. It's very spooky.
I've had the lights just cut out when I've been in a bath before.
Yeah.
Not too spooky because I had my dad downstairs, and when Kev's around, you're fine. But if Kev had not been present, no.
No,
just surround myself with tall men.
It's not a bad way to live, to be fair. Cool. Right. Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to shout out or promote before we end this lovely live stream?
Get your Gothtober candles and jumpers.
Yeah, do that. Oh my god, the candles arrived yesterday and they smell so good. All the bundles have sold out, but you can still buy individual candles. They are still on Grace and Honey, which is Becca the Book's candle store. They smell so good. They smell so good.
They really do. And I think if you like a certain scent, like check out which scents they are because they're all very different. And I think people like at least one of them you will like. Because my favorite is Gothic Mansion. I think your favorite is Summer Campus in Hannah.
Yeah.
So like I think you'll find something you'll like in those candles.
They're very different, but they're very, very nice. And yes, the hoodies are available via Waypoint. And if you need extra small or XXL, you can order those. They are available in those sizes. I just have to put I have to message them specifically if they want those sizes. So just let me know.
And also go and buy books from Waypoint Books.
Oh yeah, no, generally just support me. Every time you buy a book, you're helping me pay rent. Like all of that's good. Like all of that's good.
My order came through today. My parents were so angry.
Why were they angry? You didn't pay for any of the books that arrived.
Well, this is the thing. I was gonna just mention it once we finish, but like, I still need to pay for the Hitchhiker's books. You've not sent me an invoice.
No, it's because I haven't sent anyone an invoice. I just wanted to make sure that you had your books.
Well,
because the other one, so there was like 8 books that were sent to Abby. One was a collection of box set because we're doing a read along next year. Spoiler alert. Another one was a giveaway prize from Lizzie's readathon from a month ago. Some were birthday presents and some were unhauls. So there wasn't a single book there that you needed to pay for.
No, but the postie man came and knocked. My parents came down to visit for my birthday, gave me my birthday presents. And then, yeah, postie man knocked on the door. Chris went and answered it because me and my parents are like sat looking at stuff, opening my presents. And he just comes in with these 2 big boxes and just looks at me. It's like, oh, that's for me. He's like, yeah, they look like they're from Hannah. He knows you're happy now.
Good. Cool. Anyone want to shout out anything else?
I'm good.
Cool. Well, make sure you go and follow all these lovely people. Kieran does have a Twitter, and he has a specifically games dev Twitter where he shares games dev stuff instead of just memes. But the memes one is better, I think.
It's more active as well.
He enjoys a good meme. But yeah, and Kieran is also helping me make another game for my 2023 TBR game. It's going to be very different to the one we've got at the moment. So that's exciting. Just a shout out Kieran's skills. Look how uncomfortable he is. Look how uncomfortable he is.
So
He hates it. He hates it.
Well, just to make you feel even more uncomfortable, everyone has adored the Gothtober game. Just FYI. Like, they think it's so cool, it's so different. They've loved how it's laid out and how the different choices. They loved it, mate. Sorry.
I mean, it's the only readathon that has a game that everyone can play, as opposed to just like a general game you can watch that like is interactive online. Like, obviously there's ones like Becca's where they've got like a board game that you can make, but like it's there, it's ready to go. You did that. Oh,
He's bright red.
Yeah, he is. He hates it. He hates it. Okay, I'll change the subject. Tomorrow I will be sprinting all day. The link is already up. So feel free to set a reminder for that because I need to finish some books. I have not read a lot for Gothtober, but the books that I have read I've really enjoyed. So that's good. Olivia, have you had any more dreams about what I'm going to rate these books?
I haven't had a dream, but I literally had it Saturday night. So just wait. The prophetic dream is coming.
Interesting. Well, I'm reading The Divines by Ellie Neaton, which is a dark academia, very similar to the Furies vibe. So I'm really interested in that one. That looks really good. But yeah, so feel free to come and watch. I'll have people jumping in and out all day because I will be reading pretty much from 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock in the evening because I have not finished a book before 9 yet. It takes me so goddamn long to read anything. So feel free to jump in.
Tomorrow might be different. Let's be confident and say you'll finish before then. We're gonna make that happen.
You've met me, you know that's not the case. So anyway, yeah, the links are all available on my website, on my channel. So yeah, go save those. But other than that, I hope you guys have had fun, and I'm just gonna end it here. So thank you. Bye.
Bye.